Finally, I will be talking about the Sony A6000. Yes, the Sony A6000. Should you be getting this camera? Honest answer is yes, it's definitely worth it. This is a 24 megapixel camera and I've been using it for over 3 years now. I got this camera because I just wanted another camera aside my Sony A6300, which I'm using to shoot this video right now. I needed another camera to shoot my B-rolls and to take pictures. This came in highly recommended. Then I got it 3 years down the line and I can tell you, this camera has never failed me. Everything that has a good side also has a bad side, right? So I'm just going to share you some good things I love this camera and some of the reasons why I dislike this camera. So the first thing you notice is that it is the Sony E-mount. The autofocus is fast, although it's not that great compared to other Sony cameras that came after this Sony. And it has a hot shoe mount, which you can place your mount and every other light or any equipment you want to put on top. One thing you notice about this camera is that it's a 24 megapixel camera, which means it takes high quality pictures very, very sharp. This camera shoots 1080 60 frames and it also shoots 1080 30 frames and 1080 25 frames. It shoots high quality videos, although it can be compared to other cameras in the market. The ISO can go as high as 25600, which is pretty good. But if you want to get a good picture quality or a good video quality with less noise, I would advise for you not to go anything above 5000 or 6000 ISO, because by that time anything above that you start having noise in your footage and your picture quality might just be crap and you blame it on the camera. Another thing you notice about this camera is the fact that it shoots JPEG and RAW pictures, and that is one of the reasons why I got it anyway, because I needed to take great pictures, right? This camera has an HDMI port that you can use in case you want to use a monitor or a transmitter, a wireless transmitter. You can actually connect your HDMI port right there. As you can see, it has the HDMI port. You can actually connect it with your wireless transmitter or your monitor. Now let's talk about the downside of the Sony A6000. One thing you're going to notice is that it doesn't have a mic port, which means if you want to record your audio, you have to record your audio with an external device. Now that's one of the downside while getting this camera. This camera doesn't have any jack for you to input your mic or your headphone. If you want to get your audio, you just have to get it by recording externally, or you get the hot shoe mount that can help you record audio directly to your camera. Then one thing I noticed while using this camera is the fact that it overheats a lot. Yes, it overheats a lot, especially while shooting HD 1080p 30 frames or 60 frames. Yes, and this camera does not shoot on 4K. So that's another thing. For those of you who love shooting 4K and definitely high picture quality, this camera does not shoot 4K. I would recommend this camera if you're a photographer and you're looking to start cheap. Yes, this camera is definitely for you. Yes, but if you are doing content creation and you're just starting out, yes, you can get this camera, but for a professional, I would advise for you to go with something a bit higher than this. It uses this battery, which most of the A6000 series have this battery. It doesn't really last long, so if you want to use this camera for a longer period of time, I will advise you to get a battery pack to extend the battery life, or you just get a direct power source. If you've noticed the way I tilt the screen, yes, it has a tilt screen, so you can actually play around and get in different positions, but you can't use this camera for much vlog because you cannot see yourself, which means this is the length it goes. It can't go more than this, and that is it. So what do you think about this camera? Are you going to get this camera, or you're just going to leave it out? You can get this camera for as low as $200 to $300 for use, because it has been discontinued by Sony, and you can get it on eBay and other websites. See you in the next video.